Okay guys, first of all, starting with the name of Allah, the most merciful, and I welcome you all to this very good initiative of Excellence Education Services that we will be taking some online classes of IELTS, because everyone know that if you want to go abroad or you want to settle your future outside of your country, then you need IELTS. Whether you are going for academic purposes, or you're going for job purposes, or you're applying for immigration to any country which is English speaking country, you need IELTS. So as I told you in my introductory video that we will be conducting online classes. We will be available on WhatsApp group to help you to answer your questions. We will give you tasks. We will also conduct a mock grand exam at the end of all of these modules. So this is my first video, and of course it's module 1, in which I'm gonna give you some of the most basic tips that how you can achieve 8 bands in listening part of IELTS. Of course, IELTS is based on 4 tests I told in my introductory video, and this is on first module, or you can say that it's on listening, that how to get maximum band in listening. So let's get started. Okay, the duration of test is 40 minutes and you will have 40 questions and into 4 sections, which means that each section is of 10 minutes. And as you will as the test goes on, like section 1 is easy, section 2 is a little bit difficult, section 3 is much difficult, and section 4 is considered as the most difficult section of listening test. So in section 1 is conversation between two people, probably on the telephone, like if you call your friend, or your friend call you, or you call your brother, what is the venue, what's the plan of Saturday, or what's the plan of this weekend, where are we going to stay when we are on vacation. So this is that kind of section in which two people are talking on the telephone, and they're just sharing most basic information that for example, if I call you and I tell you that let's have a meetup at this weekend, and you ask from me that to where meet with you, and I tell you yeah, hotel is good, then in the question it could happen that you have to meet in dash. So as I told you that we are meeting in hotel, so hotel is the answer. So section 1 is basically these types of questions you will hear on your headphones, because in listening test, if you are giving test to British Council, they will provide you very good quality of headphones, and you will be able to listen to all of those things which will be going on in this section. Section 2 is basically consist of one speaker. You will hear about, for example, plan of the day, tour guide, or resort. Or let's take an example that I'm talking to you. This is kind of section 2. You are just listening my voice, and then there are about 10 questions that what I told you, or like for example, you are on a day trip to another city, and there is a travel guide who is saying or who is giving you information about some of the things that are related to you, or where is the city hall, where is the museum, where is the train, where is the Bahnhof, where is the train station. These all are kinds of section 2 that you will just hear one speaker and one voice, and then you have to answer these questions. Section 3 could be of 3 or 4 speakers, you and your group of friends talking about maybe spending holidays somewhere, or a group of students discussing about their final year project, that what we have to do, or maybe as a teacher conversation with his principal, or these kinds of things. So the major theme is that in section 3 you can hear 3 or 4 different speaker, different voices, and then you have to answer your questions. Section 4, that was section 3. Section 4 is also consist of one academic speaker, or one speaker is a kind of seminar, like he just gives speech, and then you have to answer your questions. So section 1, one voice. Section 1, there are 2 people speaking. In section 2, there may be one speaker or one voice. In section 3, 3 or 4 speakers, different voices. And section 4, there's again one speaker. These are not like 100% confirmed that when you will appear in your exam it will happen in your exam. No, it's not guarantee, but majorly 70 to 80% of IELTS listening test are on this schedule or on this method. The first section is easy and it becomes difficult. Yeah. Okay. The recording is played for 30 minutes. Like you will have your headphones, as I told you before, and those headphones are very good quality. They will also conduct a checking test that everyone listen clearly to his headphones, and if you're not able to listen to your headphone clearly, or you think that there is some kind of noise in your headphone, you must raise your hand in order to change your headphone. Then they will provide you a booklet, and on booklet there will be questions, and they will tell you not to open it until you are told to do so. So please do not open that booklet until they told you to do so, and at once they will start the conversation and you will be allowed to open your booklet. In the next video I'm gonna give you some examples that how is conversation and how does booklet look like. So just please be patient and just listen to my tips that how can you get maximum band in IELTS listening. At the end of recording, like they will play recording for 30 minutes non-stop. If it's started, they will never stop it. If at the middle of recording you have some problem with your headphones, you can change your headphones by just raising hand, but I think you must be careful in the beginning of test, because when test is going on and you raise your hand that I want to change my headphones, you will probably miss 2 or 3 questions, which means 2 or 3 marks. So at the end of the test you will have 10 minutes, and then you can transfer your answers to an answer sheets. So which means that they will give you booklet, and on that booklet you can write anything. Those are not your answers, but at the end of the test they will give you extra 10 minutes, and from that 10 minutes you can transfer those answers to the answer sheet. I will also give you like overview of how the answer sheet look like in next video. So now we come to the tips, like how you can get good bands. To be honest and friendly to say, if you are understanding what I'm saying till from 7 minutes from the beginning of this video, you will achieve 7 bands. It's my guarantee that if you are understanding what I'm saying from the beginning of this video, then you are good in listening module. You will achieve 7 bands. I'm gonna assure you that you will achieve 7 bands. So listen and listen. Go on, watch video, English songs, news, anything. Talk to someone, talk to your friend, talk to us. We can also give you some numbers. You can collaborate with your friends, just talk to them. Anything you will make. If you're like amateur or you are shy in your English, at the first you will be making some kind of mistakes. No problem, make mistakes, it doesn't matter. Make mistake, but keep on speaking. Speak and listen. These are the 2 basic things which will help you to get maximum band in your IELTS. And of course for listening test you will have to listen more than speaking, because speaking we will come to speaking module later, but in listening test, just listen. Go on the YouTube, on the Google, and just write live English news channels and just listen to them. When I gave my IELTS test and my more than 35 students gave IELTS test, I just give them one most basic advice, that on the YouTube just write Sky News Channel Live. It's the news channel of England, and also the British people have different accents, so it's a little bit difficult to understand, and if you are able to understand their accent, then you can get best bands in listening. So just keep on listening, watch movies, listen songs, and just keep on listening. Number 2, you must be able to do multitasking. Now what is multitasking? You will have pretty good quality of headphones on your ears at the moment of IELTS test. You will have booklet in front of you, and in that booklet the questions will be written. So which means you have to do 3 things at the same time. You will have to listen what speakers are saying to each other. Number 2, you will have to read the questions, and number 3, you will have to write the answers. So these three things you must be able to do at the same time. It will be difficult at the beginning, but I'm gonna provide you best material ever. Trust me, I'm gonna provide you best material ever, and from that material, if you are sincere with yourself, you can achieve best bands. So try to do multitasking. Try to listen at the same time, try to read at the same time, and also try to write at the same time. Not so much, I'm not telling you that to write a whole paragraph at the same time, but 2 or 3 words or answers you must be able to do multitasking. And another tip is always write something. You're not sure about the answer, just write it. There are no negative marking in IELTS exam that if your answer is wrong, we will deduct 1 marks from your grand marks. No, there is no negative marking. So if your answer is right, it's your bonus marks, you can get a marks. So it's always appreciated to do not leave a blank. If you're not sure, then just try to think as deep as you can, and then you can write your answer. Okay, now coming to the types of questions, there are multiple types of questions: form filling questions, labeling, map or plan, summary completion, table completion. Check the question how it wants answer. Okay, this slide I'm going to explain in my next video, in which I'm going to give you some examples of question, how the questions can appear in your IELTS listening exam, and I'm also going to give you some basic vocabulary, as I told my introductory video, that from the first video I'm going to give you some basic vocabulary which will guarantee your best bands in IELTS. Be careful about spelling. If the answer is hotel and you wrote HOTLE, so spellings, they are not good. It's wrong spelling. Although your answer is good, the checker can get your point that you are saying, yeah, you listen very good, but there is a mistake in your spelling, so it's problem. You will not get marks. So be careful about spelling. Okay, so this is a short example for you. Write down the correct letter. Maybe if I say that I'm giving you a speech and I say that, oh man, I read Germany in winter. And now there are 3 options. Number A is spring, number B is winter, and number C is summer. And there's a question. Let's, for example, suppose that this is a question of your IELTS exam. Then what you will write? Whether you will write winter or you will write this B. They asked from you, write down the correct letter, not word. It's a letter, so correct letter is B. So you will have to write here B, not winter, because winter is a word. Yes, winter is the answer. I read Germany in winter. Winter is the answer, but winter option is B. So B is correct answer. I'm gonna give you furthermore example in next videos, so keep in touch with us. Yes, furthermore tips, don't try to understand everything. Yeah, it's the 30 minutes of recording, and maybe in that 30 minutes you will have to listen more than 1500 words or maybe 2000 words, and out of those 2000 words you just need 50 to 60 words as your answer for 40 questions. So do not try to understand each and everything, but it doesn't mean that you lose your focus. Just listen, keep on listening. Answer may come quickly or may come after the conversation has been started. In section 1 you will get an answer very quickly, like you will get the answer maybe in 10 seconds of conversation has been started. But in section 3 and section 4, answer could be in the middle of conversation, or it could be the end of conversation. So keep on focusing, do not lose your focus. The tricky conversation. Okay, now this is out of 40 questions, 20 to 22 questions are of this type. You know, they are called, I call them tricky question or tricky conversation. For example, I told you, oh man, yes, let's meet on Saturday, and you said me okay, and then again I told you, oh no man, on Saturday I have a meeting, let's meet on Sunday. And then there's a question, when I'm meeting with you. And then most of the guys who don't pay pure focus on the conversation, they write Saturday. Yes, I told you that we can meet on Saturday, but then again I changed my words, I changed my sentence. I did told you, oh man, let's meet on Sunday. So the correct answer is Sunday. So these are the tricky conversation that often happen in IELTS. So keep on in mind that if I told you, come on man, let's meet on Saturday, you write down Saturday on your booklet. But if I correct my word or if I correct my sentence, then you are also supposed to correct your answer, because I changed my statement. Now I am meeting with you on Sunday, not on Saturday. So Sunday is the right answer. Questions come in order, so if you miss one question, don't waste time and jump to another one. This is the most important thing, that for example, as you will start listening the conversation, as the conversation goes on, the questions are in order, which means that the answer of question 1 will come first, then answer of question 2. So it's in the order. So you must go with the pattern. If by chance you miss your one question, do not waste further time. Just skip to another question and try to match your conversation with your question. Try to think which question belongs to this conversation. As I told you before, it's a multitasking. You have to be very much efficient in listening and reading at once. Try to concentrate constantly for 30 minutes. Any part of conversation could be your answer. As I told you, there are the answers could arrive early, or could in the middle of conversation, or they could be in the end of conversation. But you are supposed to please concentrate constantly for these 30 minutes, because if you concentrate these 30 minutes, you will get best bands. And I told you in the beginning that if you are able to understand what I am saying, no need to worry. Believe me, trust me, no need to worry. Just keep on practicing, listening to music, listening to watch movies. When I gave my IELTS test, I maybe watched more than 75 movies in 1 week. Animated movies, action movies, horror movies, thriller movies, English movies. Just go on and watch English movies. There are dozens of websites on YouTube. YouTubes, just listen English. Listen to each and every English from wherever you can get. And my tip, this is my style of doing listening test, and I also used to tell my each and every student. And this thing and the types of question which will appear in your exam, I'm gonna give you in my next video. So now heading towards the vocabulary. What type of vocabulary for our first video? Listen to all my tips, and soon I'm gonna give you example. But it's time for vocabulary. Yay, vocabulary, because vocabulary can guarantee your best bands in speaking part, in writing part. Because 20% of students who learn good or extra vocabulary, they get best bands. So vocabulary is also the most basic things, and I'm gonna give you 3 words of vocabulary in my each video, and at the end of this session I'm gonna provide you a bunch of vocabulary so you can learn as much vocabulary as you want. So vocabulary today, first word is abandon. Abandon, the meaning of abandon is leave without planning or just quit. Let's take an example. The soldier abandoned his friends during a war, which means soldier just left his friends when they were fighting. Another example, when Roy abandoned his family, police went looking for him. So abandon, the meaning of abandon is leave without planning or just quit. The second word is keen, or the meaning of keen is sharp or intensive, sensitive. The butcher used a keen knife to cut meat. Another example is my dog has keen sense of smell. So keen is like a two-way word. You can also use it as a materialistic word. I just bought a keen knife, which means I just bought a sharp knife. Or intensive or sensitive, like my dog has a keen sense of smell. He's very good in sense of smell. So keen means sharp and intensive. Gallant. Gallant means brave or showing respect for women. Many gallant warriors participated in the contest to win princes. Gallant means brave. Many brave warriors participated in the contest to win princes. Or Ed is so gallant that he always offers his seat to women in train. In this context, gallant is showing respect for women. But in first sentence, gallant is mean that he's brave. And in second sentence, he is showing respect for women. So I hope you love this video. Do not hesitate to ask any question or any idea that came up in your mind, or any problem you face while you are listening in the comments, or you can also post your question in the WhatsApp group. This is our WhatsApp number, and yes, we will see you soon in the next video. Take care.